Hello, my dear friends, it's Yuri Tsvetkov, and today I have a very serious reason to make the new video about the golf statistics. It's because the Dustin Johnson have had a huge result during the last the Travels Championship, and he have win. And currently he have 21 winnings during the last 8 years. It's the same figures as the Tiger Woods. And in this connection, there are many reasons to expect that in the shortest future, he will maybe be better than Tiger Woods in this component of the game, and the winning number of winners. It's very difficult to be fan of the Dustin Johnson, and I'm the fan of him. But during the last time, it was quite difficult to look for his game because you see that he have a very good statistics in all components of the game, including the short putting. And the short putting, the problems are coming, and thanks to God that this time he had not so much serious problems with the short putting, and in this connection he have win. So take a look for the for his statistics during this event. First of all, in the first day, he was very serious in the driving distance, and he have played better than average in the driving distance, but his driving accuracy was not so good, and his green regulations was very good for him, 72%, and very good for almost all the golfers. It's much more better than average result, and the strokes gained from the putting were 0.4. So his putting this day were close to his average, or to average of all the golfers. And just take a look for the birdies and for the bogeys, for mistakes and for the triumphs of him during the first day. So we can see that, for example, on the 12th hole in the first day, he couldn't make a putt from the distance 7 feet and 4 inches. And we need to say that from such a distance, Dustin have not so good performance. You see that from the distance from 7 to 8 inches, excuse me, he have probabilities just 52% this season. So just only little bit more than half of the strokes he is half of the putts he is making from such a distance, and in this connection the 84% probability was worked against him, and he couldn't make the one putt on this hole. So the second hole he have the birdie on the so what was this time? And this time this birdie will come from the putting, exactly, because he have made a putt from the 12 foot, and from the 12 foot from 10 to 15, the probability he have only 25%, 26 approximately percent, and this connection, it was certainly very good result for him. This putting was very successful. One more birdie, and we can see that again he is making the putt, one putt from approximately the same distance, 11 feet and 11 inches to the hole, and he have made the birdie. On the first hole, he have made a birdie even from the end one putt, even from the longer distance, from 17 feet, and from the 17 feet. His probability, he's not so bad. He's much more better in the long putting than the short one, and this connection in the putting from 15 to 20 foot, his probability is close to the 30%. So he can use it on this hole. And the second bogey will come from the quite a normal situation for the putting, because you see that he was on the green on the distance 31 foot, and from this distance the probability of the first putt is only 6%. In this connection, it will be not reasonable to expect that he will have a one putt only. So how about the second day? The second day, we can see that he had just one bogey. It was a very good day for him when he is playing just one bogey. And what about the birdies? 5 foot 1 inch. It's a reasonable distance for the one putt, and in this connection the approaching was very good, and mostly on this hole he have made the birdie thanks to the good approaching. So the same situation with the second birdie in this day on the third hole, when we have also very good approach, and thanks to God he have played the one putt from the 6 foot and 10 inches, and this is a distance which is quite an overs for his fans, because you see that on the distance from 6 to 7 inches he have probability approximately 50% only. So he is playing just the half of the strokes for the distance from 6 foot to 7 foot. It seems that it's not so huge task, and we're expecting that usually that players will have just one putt from such a distances. But in the case of Dustin Johnson, statistics is not exactly such. So on the next birdie we can see that it was the putt from 21 foot and 1 inch, and that is very good result. And from the distances more than 20, from 20 to 25 foot, he have a probability 21%. So again, it's one of the strong components in his game in the long putting. So the fourth birdie, it's also a result of the huge approaching. We can see that as it's often happening with the Dustin Johnson, he's very good in the approaching. He is amazingly good in the approaching, but unfortunately he is not so. He was not so huge in the putting as he was during the last 4 days. So 5 foot putt, and certainly it's one putt for him. So 11th hole. It's quite average, maybe not better than average approaching from 142 yards to the green, 24 foot to the green, and he again making the putt from such a distance, and it's also a very good advantage for him. 14th hole is the same situation. Off the left intermediate to the 25 foot to the hole, and again a huge putting. The long putting was amazing for Dustin Johnson in those days. And the same situation on the next birdie hole, where he have made the tee shots from 162 yards to the green, and he have made a putting from 18 foot and 6 inches. And how about the bogeys? The bogey were relative with the mistake, not in putting at all. You see that it was it seems not with putting. It was mostly with the short stroke. Yes, because he have made a putting from the 12 foot, and the probability for 12 foot is not so. It's approximately 26%, so here it's not so huge mistake. It's just losing of this hole. So the driving distance in second day for him was 302 yards, a little bit less than this week average. Driving accuracy, it seems that he have tried to play more accurately, and the driving accuracy were 64%. And Dustin, as we know, that his statistics is very good when he is matching approaches from the fairways. and in this connection the driving accuracy is highly important for him. And he have converted the not so bad, the good driving accuracy in the greens and regulation percentage. And the greens and regulations with the 43%, it seems that it's 11 holes from the 14 holes. And the strokes gained from the putting, as we have analyzed before, was 1.1. It's quite good for him. So the third day maybe is most interesting because it was the bogey-free, and it was the day when he have built the huge basis for his winning. And in this day we can see that his driving distance was close to the average, but his driving accuracy was very good indeed, 85.71%. It's huge, and he converted again in the greens and regulations at 89%, and strokes gained from the putting 2.2. So we can expect that his putting was amazing in this day. So let's try to look for that. So his first birdie were on the second hole, where mostly it was made from the second stroke. I think that he have made a good approach, and the distance was 6 foot 7 inches, and it's approximately 50% probability for him, and he have made one stroke. So it's also the putting. The putting was also very good, and the same situation, maybe even more dependent from the good approach for the distance 7 foot and 9 inches, and he have made just one putt from this distance. And the same situation with the 7 hole, with this his third birdie in that day. So approach was from distance approximately 150 yards to the green, 8 foot 2 inches, and he was very good in this component of the game, and in the average and the short, maybe shorter average putting. So the first hole, it's amazing approach. Just 6 inches to the hole, so it was not any questions about the putting number. It was one putt only. So the next birdie, and again, as in the second day, we can see that his middle, maybe even long putting were very good during this tournament. And the same situation on the 12th hole, and 21 foot and 7 inches. It's amazing distance for one putt. So far away. So it was par 5 hole. So it was very good result for him, and it's amazing, amazing. You know that the pitching, maybe I could not see it on the TV, but I just can expect maybe chipping, and so he have made the chip to the 5 foot 2 inches, and so he has just one putt, and it was easy birdie. And plus that we can see that right far away, very good stroke indeed, and one putt from 3 foot 6 inches. It's quite easy. It was easy. And again a good approaching, and 8 foot and 5 inches to the hole, and again he have made just one putt. So we can see that mostly his 9 birdies in these days were built on the very good approaching and on the very good putting from the short and average distances. And the final day. And the final day, it seems that he was quite much more worried than in the third day, because he has 3 bogeys. But his performance was not so bad. So he have tried to play much more accurately than it was in the previous days. And in this connection, his driving distance was very short for him, but his driving accuracy were also just 50%, so I think that he was not so comfortable in the last day. in greens and regulation percentage was 67%. It is also less than in the previous days in this tournament, and the stroke gains for the putting 2.2. It's very good for him. It's much more better than his average. So stroke play for play. On the fourth hole, he had his first birdie. It's also mostly relative. With the good approaching. So he have made approach from 164 yards to 4 foot and 4 inches to the hole, and he have made one putt. On the next hole, par 3, he have made a good tee shot. It was long putt, par 3, very good stroke tee shot, and he was only in only 8 foot and 9 inches to the hole, and he have made one putt. It's a brilliant performance, but on the 7th hole, he had some problems, and that problems were mostly related with not so perfect approaching and not so good attempt to make a scrambling. Because he could not save a par, he have made the short stroke. It seems that it was also the chip or something like that, and he was in the approximately 10 foot to the hole, and this time he could not make the average putting and middle putting, and in this connection he was needed 2 putts on this hole. So on the next hole, the par 3, he have again make a birdie, and again the putting was from the distance 27 foot, and as we know, from such a distance his probability to make a first just one putt were 6%, approximately 6%. In this connection, it was a huge putting on this hole. On the next hole, one more birdie, and this time the brilliant approaching from 126 yards to the hole, and from the 4 feet and 11 inches to the hole, he have made a putting putt, and he have made the first one putt on that hole. So the next birdie, 3 consecutive birdies he have made this day, and it was birdie which is also based on the long putting. The probability of the first one putt from the distance approximately 25 foot for him is approximately 20%, and so he have much more better than his probabilities. One more bogey. It was depends mostly from the tee shots, because he had a penalty, and in this connection he have lost 1 stroke this way, but he have made one putt from the distance 7 foot and 2 inches, so he was not so highly worried as usual. So then on the next hole he have made a birdie, and this birdie were made thanks to quite a good play from the tee shots and a not so hugely good approaching, but very good the middle putting from 16 feet, and he have made one putt from this distance. And his last bogey this day were, just a second, it was par 3, and this connection it was mistake in the tee shots. Certainly he have made it in the green side bunker, and again he couldn't make this scrambling. He couldn't save a par, because from the bunker he have played for approximately 30 feet to the hole, and he was need 2 putts to play this hole. So as I have talked in the beginning, all who are looking for the Dustin Johnson, who love his game, we are expecting that he is coming back and the leadings to the leaders of this season, and we're expecting that his performance, which is rising and rising, will be a huge reason that maybe some next weeks he will become the best golfers in the number of innings during the last 8 years, and maybe even in the last decade. Thank you very much for your attention. I certainly understand that this video is mostly for the quite a rare number of those people who love the golf statistics, but I think that golf statistics is very huge. That a huge rod in the good game, and in this connection, I hope that if the usual amateur players will be much more attentive about the golf statistics, we can have much more better performance in our games. Have a good day. Have a good golf. All over the golf. Hope to see you on my channel. Bye bye.